Good morning, everybody. How's it going? It is 9:14 a.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday, August 17th, and we are in the heart of altcoin season, so that's what we're going to be talking about. So if you like that, which I assume you do because we've seen some crazy runs in altcoins, and I think some are going to continue, then hit the like, hit the subscribe. I would appreciate it greatly. Again, I have the goal of 1,000 subscribers next, just over 240, I think 245. So I appreciate all you guys doing that. I really, really do from the bottom of my heart. But also wanted to remind you that none of this is to be considered financial advice. Everything in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. I'm just a trader, not a financial advisor, but I do have my opinions and I do want to share those with you. So let's get into it. Okay, first off, trying a little different lighting here. Not that I have professional lighting or anything, but it's kind of dark outside. We've had fire smoke in Utah, and we just had our own fire, which is up the canyon for me, so it's kind of dark outside. I'm not getting a lot of natural light, but doing my best, and I've been in my office a lot lately. So let's get into it. First of all, I want to go over some news articles, just because, again, further and further adoption, just those are what I like to look at the most. These fundamentals are what give me the confidence in holding my positions right now, regardless of the day-to-day of what it does. So hopefully that helps with you too. Feel free to get on Cointelegraph. I think that's the best news site that just, article after article after article. I mean, I'd share every one of them if I can, but I'd like to keep this video under 5 hours. So, okay, so Peter Thiel's Valor Ventures, however you say that, leads third raise for Bitpanda at $4.1 billion valuation. That's all you really need to know. A lot of money. Another big raise, So moving on to the next one, the perfect storm. So if you've heard recently, the Poly Finance hack, the $600 million hack, the biggest in crypto history, it's all been returned. Yeah. All the money has been returned. People got their money back. And the perfect storm, DeFi hacks will advance the crypto sector moving forward. Now, if you know me, you know I love Polygon. Polygon is like the future of DeFi. Get the biggest returns. But because it's so new and it grew so fast, I think you have the most hacks. You have the most scams. If you remember Whale Farm, it was like that was one of the most obvious ones to see. I still toyed around with it with some stable coins that I wasn't going to lose with. I only lost my like $30 for my fee to stake it or whatever, but it was at like $200. I'm like, this is definitely going to be at $1. And then like a few days later, I'm like, wait a minute, this will be below a penny. And yeah, the developers just sold everything on everybody, and it was locked on the holders, so they couldn't sell it for another couple days. They couldn't even do anything about it. They were screwed. So hopefully, like, people took heed of that warning. But yeah, there's a silver lining from DeFi hacks. The most recent one, I don't know too much about this. I think it was like a branch off of SafeMoon, but SafeMoon was the one going around, and you could see the hard drop here. My neighbor literally made like 20,000% on this, and he strongly believes in it, and that's great. But I don't know. After Dave Portnoy's video about it could be a Ponzi scheme, so get in early. I'm like, wait a minute, get in early? This is up like 20,000%. That was right about here. maybe it was right here or something. Yeah, I think it was like right there. But anyways, and then I don't know. It was hilarious. He's the master of entertainment. Anyways, moving on, because I want to get these charts because they're moving. It is a growth period, so they're learning a lot. What happens is that these projects launch so quick that there's like flaws in the coding that these hackers there's an exploit. So they exploit it and they hack, and it's just, I think, very easy for them. I'm not a programmer, I'm not a hacker, so I don't know. But yeah, it's got a lot of growth to go. That just shows you still in the early phase stages, a lot of room to grow. And it will, they'll learn from this and keep getting better and better. So yeah, there was that SafeMoon hack, and because we're talking about Polygon, I have quick swap pulled up. I'll bring that up when we get into the charts. But big one here, one that I've talked about in the past. Actually, I'm an idiot. If I would have just bought and held this, I had a lot of Elron Gold at $17. And I did really well on it. Sold it around $100. Made another sell around 120. Completely cashed out at 180, where I didn't have a lot left anyways. I sold the majority in the 90s. If I would have just held it, it went up to like 250. It would have been a 1,000% gain. And yeah, I saw it coming and I just got in my own way. But still did well, so not going to complain too much. But major European music festival will allow fans to buy tickets using Elron Gold. Where is it? I forget what. So it's held in Romania next month. They partnered with the Elron network. Elron is it's one I don't talk about a lot. I don't watch a lot. I know that it's a good project. Other people talk about it a lot, and it's just like, yeah, just showing further adoption though. And I'll get into this when I talk about the Bitcoin dominance, but it's altcoins. Check out these altcoins like Elron Gold. Like, it's not Bitcoin. Major European festival will allow fans to buy tickets using Bitcoin. It's Elron Gold, which I don't know if they allow Bitcoin or not, but these altcoins are becoming a big deal. Like, they're not just shit coins anymore. I mean, you can call them that, but it's just there's more and more usage, and it's like I say before, it's like I get friends telling me like, oh, Bitcoin's a scam, it's going to be worthless in 5 years. I'm like, well, you obviously haven't looked at it since the beginning of 2018, because it's more than just a race to see which currency is the best. There's all these different categories. Like, when we go on here, we look at different categories, DeFi, NFT. Man, there is a categories section, I know that. But there's literally like 40 different categories. It's become, here it is, categories. Look at all these different categories. Exchange-based, decentralized, DeFi, stablecoins, Binance Smart Chain. That didn't exist in 2018. Polygon ecosystem, centralized exchange tokens, governance tokens, Polkadot ecosystem. Look at that. Like, Polkadot didn't even exist until last year. Meme tokens, Solana ecosystem, yield farming, decentralized exchange. Like, there's just so many of them that, it's just more and more and more and more. Altcoins are becoming more relevant. I don't think you ever see ever a Bitcoin dominance at 60 or above again. Anyways, just scrolling through these, I mean, you see all the different things. We looked at that. We talk about crypto's here to stay, but its role is unclear. Got a Tiger Global backs 24 million funding round for blockchain security firm Certic. So just huge deal. But this is the last one I wanted to share. Is Ether is more popular than Bitcoin in Singapore, new study finds. Really like Ethereum. Obviously, it's the second largest. Personally, I think whether it's a month, a year, or 10 years from now, Ethereum flips Bitcoin in market cap. The reason that I don't think it's going to be very soon is because the supply of Bitcoin, there's going to be a supply squeeze, or I wouldn't say necessarily a short squeeze, but almost like the float getting locked where it trades really thin, and that's where you see your parabolic move. Could be 100,000, could be 300,000, could be 600,000. I don't know. Could not happen at all. That's just been my thought from the beginning. But anyways, with the Ethereum burn now since EIP 1559 and possibly going to proof of stake by end of year, if not next February, Ethereum is going to be reducing its energy usage by over 99% by going to proof of stake, because it's a different type of mining, which I'm not going to get into right now. There's proof of work where you use the hardware miners. There's proof of stake where you use staking and give people rewards who stake, and that's how it's mined, the block rewards. But anyways, so doing that, it's like, well, Tesla, stopped taking Bitcoin payments because it wasn't energy efficient, right? Well, if Ethereum becomes energy efficient and Elon Musk holds a ton of Ethereum, then, what's next? Connect the dots. Tesla taking Ethereum as payment. Anyways, that's just a thought, and that's just like I guess belief of mine that Ethereum will flip Bitcoin. But anyways, if you haven't already, Scott with Stock Market Mentor created this video. It's 7 minutes long. I don't know how people do it. Every time I try and create a short video, it's 20 minutes to 40 minutes. But do yourself a favor. Go to his @ScottTrades on Twitter. Watch this video and give him a follow while you're at it. give me a follow too while you're at it. Matt _ the trader. Appreciate it. And it's 7 minutes long. This is bull case, and I don't know how he does it with listening to podcasts and following news and stuff like that. But okay, yeah, just go do it. Anyways, getting into the charts. Want to get into the stock market world real quick because I don't follow it too closely. If you follow, especially Grayscale Ethereum and Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, you gotta follow the price of Bitcoin and you gotta follow the price of Ethereum because these are based off. And I'm sorry, you just have to do it. Again, I mentioned before that I don't like to. I'd rather hold the asset. That may not be the choice of a lot of people, mainly because there's big moves over the weekend, and if it moves down in a big way over the weekend, I can't sell till Monday. So that's my personal preference. But just getting into the charts, GBTC, this is definitely a buy for me just because I think Ethereum is strong. Actually, I wouldn't say it's a buy right now just because it's so early in this bull flag and it's so small and it's, that's actually a green day after this red candle, but it's a red candle. I don't like when that does that. I like how the candles read like that sometimes, but anyways, I could switch that if I want to. Still above the 200-day moving average. Sorry, sometimes I just think out loud and ramble. But anyways, 200-day moving average, 50 days still curling up. So I could see this continuing down till it hits the 200-day moving average. So it'd probably be a little early. Probably wait for a break on this, and especially if we see some volume. But all the technicals are fine. Nothing's overbought. Stochastic RSI isn't overbought. So Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. That's where we're at. Very simple right here. Look at this playing out. Watch it play out. Like I said, I can't get that candle perfect, but you could draw your own on your charts. But there we go. I'd probably buy on the break right now, just since it's so early in this. You could still see further downside, and this bottom line could probably end up being, this bottom line could probably end up being more like that, whereas right now it's a little higher. So in a bull market, sometimes I buy a little early after this huge run. I'd wait till it comes down a little further or breaks to the upside. That's what I would do. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, I think I mentioned Ethereum with that. Sorry, I'm tired. I've been sleeping like 5 hours a night because it is such a bull run. Ethereum, because this is a little different, but similar. It's way above the 50 and 200, made a little bit stronger of a move than Bitcoin Ethereum did. I'd say this is more just to hold it. You're looking at potentially a double top here, so aside from looking from this downward movement, I would watch for the break up here, especially after such a strong move. Bitcoin made a strong move too, but a little more clear as far as the candles on here. So if you buy breakouts, I'd wait till that breakout because you're essentially looking at a potential double top. But I don't see Ethereum really tanking anytime soon, which I thought I had the chart pulled up, but I will pull up the chart on Ethereum after talk about MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy, that's a definite good looking chart right there. Again, same thing. We're above the 50, above the 200. I could see it coming down to there. We didn't last time, though, in this bull flag. This is kind of a little bit harder. In a bull run, you get away with buying early, so that's up to you. But it's not that far away just to sit here and wait and be patient to see if it comes down to the 50-day moving average or to see if it really, breaks out with volume. So everything's looking a little similar. Ethereum probably, not as much of a downward flag. MicroStrategy looks, this has been the pattern. Let me show you Link real quick. This has been the pattern of crypto of when to buy in this bull run. Let me show you the hourly and look what this looks like. Look at this. Move that out of the way. This downward, you can call that a bull flag. It's a pretty long bull flag. It made it down all the way almost to the start of the post, but you got right here, same thing, although it broke support, so not really going to use that. But here You got this downward movement, buy, and it pops up. Downward movement, buy. Same thing going on right here, except we have a bearish engulfing candle and like a tweezer top there, but still above the 50. But that's like the pattern. Maybe not the best example. I was thinking it was a little better. But, every time I see something like that right there, I kind of pops my eyes open. So, okay, so those are MicroStrategy, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, and Grayscale Ethereum Trust. Some very simple things to watch for. We move on to crypto and the assets. So this is new trade idea. So, I'm entering into a Bitcoin trade. I mentioned in Stock Market Mentor Forum that I'm really not overthinking anything right now, that I'm just holding it because we had such big gains on trades. Like, hold your core and just, don't get in your own way. So I am buying Bitcoin here, right here at, what is it, 45,914. It's about the same exact price I bought it at about 30 minutes ago. Here's why. It's a very low risk trade. You're right at the 200-day moving average, which should act as a good area of support. And we're right, pinching this 47,000 area of resistance, which we've pierced multiple times but haven't been able to hold above. So the reason this is a low risk trade is because, I keep it a couple percent below the 200-day moving average, so I don't get, stopped out on a drop and pop below it. 3%, depending on if you're, what your risk tolerance is. I'm not really looking to risk that much right now, because I just deployed, my last buys over 47,000 for my core holdings for Bitcoin, like I said I would. I have 20% left, or 25% left, as far as that, and I probably won't touch that. That'll probably be it, except if it comes down to like 24,000, which I don't expect it to. Maybe 33,000 if we saw like some hard drop to 33,000. Like, I would definitely make another small buy, and then this is my position. It's like, this is my long-term hold for it. But yeah, trading this, buying it, stop loss 2%, minus 2% below the 200-day moving average. And then, it's just very low risk because it's a very easy place to place my stop loss. It's like, well, this is obvious, if it breaks down, and then, say it breaks down 5 or 6% and then comes back and runs, you just got to live with it. It just is what it is. So the Bitcoin dominance, as I talked about before, I don't think it ever reaches 60 again, or maybe it was 65, but, we have this, 60. Yeah, we have this, or over 60. We have this, or maybe it's slightly at some point, but, we definitely have some resistance going to happen right here should we ever meet that. But you see we're breaking down, so that's what altcoins are in favor right now. That's really all you need to see with this. Moving on to the altcoin market cap. Basically, I'm only going over like a handful of them. What I like to do is I like to get up in the morning and I like to see, what has dropped. Bondly, they had that hack and they never came back from it. I thought it might have been a pump and dump from the beginning with the Logan Paul stuff. But we do have some that are dropping. The Bitcoin shorts, they're covering. But yeah, do have some that are red, but mainly, I like to see, which ones showed the gains, Well, we got CTK, Avalanche, big gains, but sometimes I see this, I'll look at the chart and I'll see something, nothing that I'm covering right now. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to Avalanche. I think that's AVAX, right? I know B. Whitty in the Stock Market Mentor Forum is all over this one. He's killing it on this one. But Luna, this is one of my favorites. We'll talk about that in a second. But then I like to go to Twitter. So let's see. AVAX is up. Is there any news on it? Is there any news? Go to latest. But yeah, I'm not going to go through this and actually try and dig through this. I mentioned this before. But then I'll see, did something happen? Did something happen with it? Anyways, moving on, that's kind of how I start off looking, but I definitely have my main holdings, which I keep listed on my phone because, this is 100 different cryptocurrencies. when I watch my main holdings, I don't want to have to be shifting through like 100 different ones. So I could create another watch list on here. That'd be great. I just don't. This is easiest for me. Ethereum. We talked about this with the Ethereum Trust, the Grayscale Ethereum Trust. It's just more of a hold for me right now. Could go up, could go down. So who knows? No reason to force any trades. Looking at the 50-day moving average, dipped slightly below the 200, coming back up. Then, with the prices up here, it's going to continue to curl up. And then we'll see what happens, when this meets. I don't know if Ethereum will come down and meet it or if it'll come up and meet it. But it's just more of a hold, for me, like most things right now. Moving on to Link, we talked about this a little bit. Link, it's showing some similar patterns to where we broke out from this. This was June 15th, and then we broke out from the July 7th and the June 15th. These are pretty common dates with all the charts. So we are watching, after breaking out of the sideways channel that we talked about, this 200-day moving average is giving us a little bit of trouble. As you see, some selling yesterday. Didn't quite make it to there today. Some selling. So, if you're into DeFi, like Chainlink is probably the best one you should own, simply because like it connects everything in DeFi. So it's a big part of DeFi. So we'll see it. This is one like kind of watching to see how the candle finishes. It might finish off like slightly up, like right there about 28.16. That's still an upward movement, even putting in a lower high and a lower low. So just a lot of indecision right here. A lot of nothing that I see that I'd buy, but long-term wise, everything's breaking out. So everything is, breaking out. So erring on the side of foot on the gas as opposed to cautiousness right now until it shows me something different. Polkadot running into the 200-day moving average. Big pop yesterday, broke out of this kind of upward moving channel. So that was, dang it, can't get these right. So we'll watch to see if that closes above it or sells back down into it. Definitely look at that right on the 200-day moving average, almost perfectly, and rejected. So DOT, watching that, just slowly grinding upwards. That's what you want to see. EGLD had that news. Definitely one to keep on your radar, even though I don't own any. But this was something that if I had spotted, that's a great looking buy right there, So seeing that a lot right now, these bull flags. So, it's scanning through. Some days I'll go through and scan every single one. This one I did not. I missed it. Gonna happen. So I don't know why I don't have a line right here. Should be little area of resistance, as you can see right here. So we'll see how that finishes, but expected to keep moving on. A lot of people that I know in the crypto community have targets well above the all-time highs, more like $1,000. So, and you can see it's being adopted. So something to look into. I haven't really looked into it myself in a couple months, so I don't want to get too into it and get too confident on it or get too negative on it. But moving on, Cardano, this was one of like the better movers and the earlier ones, and XRP was one of those as well. Talked about this in my 10 large cap altcoins that are due for a bust out, and this was one of those. Well, do you trust that they're going to come out with smart contracts, just like XRP is like, do you trust they're going to come out of this SEC thing? And they both just kind of moved. The excitement for this, a little bit of sell the news, but just kind of consolidating. Had a huge move, like 5 days. It went from 173 to 228. Is that right? Low, yeah. No, it went from 141, sorry. So it looks like we might be putting in a bull flag. I don't know why we wouldn't, because everything else is. And, it's probably going to need a little bit more time to play out. It was kind of getting a little extended there. So, after this, who knows? You got the testnet launch of smart contracts on the 1st and the mainnet launch upgrade on the 14th, I believe it is. It's the 12th or the 14th. So, but those are coming up. So, those work out. you're kind of flipping on a coin with Charles Hoskinson because he has a track record of like not coming through, but he's been all over Twitter with extreme confidence. So will this time be different? And we're putting in bullish chart formations, so I expect it to. Yes, that is my guess, but that is not a for sure or certain. Now, on to the two biggest ones, the two big movers. The biggest one, all over, I'm sure you've heard about it, Solana. Big move. Would I buy here? No, I would not. Could it go to 100? Sure. That's why it's just a hold. Like if you're in Stock Market Mentor Forum, you know, I made a sell on my trade at $43. That was a great trade for me. Still holding my core position. Sometimes you just got to live with it. Oh, I sold and it went another 50%. Oh well, that happens. You know, it happens all the time. You know, 9 times out of 10, it goes the other way. I don't sell and it comes back down and it goes into the red. So, you know, I had a plan. I stuck to it. C'est la vie. Such is life. So here we are, and our core position is still ahead. That's all I'm going to really say about Solana. Very, very popular one in the crypto community. It's now in the top 10. I think it's still in there. So yeah, $19 billion market cap. It passed Uniswap, and it's creeping up on Polkadot. So watch out, Scott. The parachains better get some more popularity soon, or Solana's going to overtake it. Anyways, no, I'm just joking. But moving on to the next one. Last one I'll talk about today is Luna. Actually, I'll talk about one more, but not really going to get into the chart. Luna making new all-time highs. Similar move as Solana as far as percentage-wise. Here's the difference: is that Luna, they have some news coming up, I think like 3 weeks from now, so people are going to get more and more excited about it. And it's number 16 as a $10 billion market cap compared to $19 billion. So, I mean, it still need to double to get to the point where Solana is at. Does that mean much? Not really, but this is something that, you know, with the being a really smart and very effective and very quality DeFi project, you had the UST list on Coinbase. So UST is getting used more and more instead of Tether and USD coin. And when UST is used, Luna gets burned. That's how it works. So it becomes more and more deflationary. Not only that, but why list UST on Coinbase and not Luna? You know, so I strongly suspect that this will be announced listing on Coinbase Pro next. I don't know when. You know, we're at an 88 RSI. You start to get into the 90s, you start to get, you know, I mean, there's still a little more room in the stochastic RSI. So, I mean, we've seen Doge go to like 97, 98 when it went from like 8 cents to like 45, I think. You look at Solana, 87, but the stochastic RSI has been hovering this top. So that's why I would say, like, yeah, I wouldn't buy it here. I wouldn't buy Luna here either, but just moving really nicely. I mean, I think from a long-term standpoint, things continue to run. You know, this is a $100 one. You know, maybe more. It's just my kind of like, I've seen the craziness of crypto in 2017. I've seen it. It gets, when you hit the end of, you know, a bull cycle, you get those climax tops. You know, I mean, this, who knows? This could be one. I don't think so, but you get to the end of those bull runs, which I think this one's going to be this last little bit is going to be quick, maybe 90 days. It's going to happen fast. It's going to move fast, and then it's going to, you know, then we go into our kind of lull again. But, you know, definitely more popularity with this one than any other one in the past. And that is the video today. So altcoins, mainly watching the altcoin market cap, which I thought I had pulled up here, but I mean, I'm watching this breakout level of, just to really reiterate here, I'm watching this breakout level here of 1.158 trillion. And at that point, it's just find the projects you like the best, One more that I didn't talk about. Find the projects that you like the best, that really make sense to you, and hold them, through the breakout, because this represents the entire altcoin market cap. The one I did want to talk about, as far as DeFi, is QuickSwap, and I meant to include this in my micro cap, but it's not a micro cap anymore. It's 243 million, so just above that. But this is essentially the Uniswap of Polygon. So if Polygon grows and it gets used more, QuickSwap is going to grow and it's going to get used more. And as I mentioned, it's a $243 million market cap. If it gets anywhere close to Uniswap, which I think it will definitely grow, because Matic is so much cheaper, and it's just it's an Ethereum bridge, which I'm not going to get into, but Uniswap is a 15 billion. So if it got anywhere close to that, I mean, there's a lot of growth potential there. So just wanted to bring that up. I know I got a little out of order. Usually like to go like news first, charts and updates, and then any trade ideas. The only real trade I've entered is Bitcoin, and I'm not really willing to risk a lot after this huge run. Watching for those bull flags, mainly watching the breakouts now, not buying early like I did last week. But anyways, that's it for the video today. Again, don't forget to go watch Scott Trade's video on Ethereum and the bull case. Don't forget to give him and myself a follow. And if you could, hit the like and hit the subscribe button, please. I would appreciate it greatly. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.